Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to Fenton Forest 4X map with seasons with me, see what he so. I had a bit of an issue just now, as you may have already seen in the video. I meant to change my crop type because I was going to begin seeding, and instead I've I've unloaded me seeder all over the flipping floor. Oh, the joys of playing with a controller where buttons do similar things. Why have the same button do change seed and also empty seeder? Oh, it's been a while since I've done this though. Oh, you know, I used to do it a lot when I first started playing the game. But it's been a long time since I've made this goof of unloading. So I'm going to try and fill this up as quickly as I can. And remember what we're planting. We was going to go for some... Okay. Some sugar cane, I think, is what we agreed to plant. So I'm going to do that. Got the Tri-6 over there. He's... See what I ought to do. Just check what he can plant. He can do everything too. Goody. We'll get this guy over here. My lovely field. I'll let him unload, unfold. I'm going to run back over here very quickly. Off seed. This will use so much seed. I'm going to run out very quickly. There we go, kids. I have seeded sugar cane. Oh, the texture's a bit weird. I need to go over to my refill bin now. Refill with seed. Used a lot. A relatively short space of time. That used a lot of seed. I might do fertiliser as well whilst I'm sort of here and there. You know what, I'm really pleased to put these in, because it's a long way back to the farm. Right, so we're full of seed again. And welcome back to the field, where we've just been. Lol. And more seed. Some sugar cane. Probably should have done it with the big boy proto and let this guy worry about doing the poplar planting, but it is what it is. Gonna utilise this guy today. But I am gonna get the bits I missed first time. How many times am I going to need to refill this, do you reckon? Well, it's going through the... 50%? Wow. One headland and we're done. That's as far as we've got. Wow, on that one tank of seed. Wow, sugarcane is very seed consuming. Let's check over the pronto. Going down, it's not going down as fast, but it's going down. I think what we'll do is we'll seed this field. So we're going to do it with poplar. Gives us something else to harvest then, doesn't it, I suppose, at the end of the year. And there's Dylan doing his hand of the basketballs, because everybody's just gone out. And he thinks he's home alone, he forgets I'm here. I have to listen to him in the background for a few minutes. Good thing about the DB120 is it's nice and wide. Bit look at the field. We've got 22 still to do, which we're going to do with the two boys over here and AN other. And then we've got the two fields up at the top end of the map to sort out as well, haven't we? Bumper settings rather than GPS at this moment. There he goes again. See, Razzle and Sue have come and laid next to me, although they're getting worked up now because Dilly's getting worked up. So, excuse me for a moment whilst I go quiet the dogs down. Okay, I'm back. Let's try this again. Hopefully without the added wildlife sound effects in the background. Poor Dilly. He gets what the vets dub separation anxiety. When he thinks he's all on his own and there's no people in the house, he just has a breakdown. Because he thinks it's because what he was really we had a German Shepherd a number of years ago. In fact, we had two. We had a father and son combination, and unfortunately the father died, so we ended up only with the son. And obviously he was used to having another dog, so we ended up getting the dogs we've got now, the little dogs, Bob, Razzle, Dylan. And Dylan absolutely adored the German Shepherd. He looked up to him, played with him, and you know, the German Shepherd was as soft as muck with him. He would let Dylan get away with murder. Dylan could chew on him, Dylan could pull his ears, everything, you know, and take his toys off him, and the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it. And the German Shepherd would let him get away with it But unfortunately, the German Shepherd, he got to 15 years of age and he sadly died. And since then, Dylan's not been the same. Since he hasn't got the big dog to look up to and the big dog to protect him and make him feel safe, he has these anxiety issues. I've oftentimes suggested that when they go out, when the rest of their family go out, they take Dylan with them. You know, he likes, but all the dogs travel in the car okay. You know, none of them have any problems in the car. Just take Dylan with you. You know? And put him on his lead. And when you get to wherever it is you're going, just walk him. You know? All our poplar seed. So what I'll probably do, because seeing as Matey Boy has finished and run out of seed anyway, it might be quicker for me to take the Tri-6 to refill with seed and come back and do some sugar caning. This. So yeah, we're doing a field of poplar. I know it sounds strange to do that. Fact is, we're not going to have any cotton this year, so I'm going to do poplar and sugarcane before I do cotton. People are going to be like, are you crazy? And I know people say, well, sugarcane isn't all that profitable. Sugarcane's not a very profitable crop. You're not going to make a lot of money selling sugarcane, especially on hard economic difficulty, which is what I'm playing on. However, I think there's a way around that. I think there are ways around that. But I can make sugarcane work for me. And I'm thinking, if we go along to sugarcane, a couple of places that will buy it on the map, although none of them are obviously going to give you great prices. Say it's the same with potatoes and sugar beets, really. They make no money. Somehow I managed to drive into the drive across the lake. But what I can do, obviously back at the farm, we've got that lovely digester, the Global Company digester thing that Stevie made, which will take sugarcane, and that will turn into like a digestate product we can then use for either fertilising, spraying on fields, or we could turn it actually into fertiliser by moving the digestate to our fertiliser machine. Now that converted into proper fertiliser, and then we could take that fertiliser, some of that fertiliser, convert it into like proper let me think, what's my words, I could turn it into liquid fertiliser. I can use it to manufacture seeds. I wanted to refill that, but that might possibly... it's because it's not solid fertiliser, is it? Keep forgetting these machines take only liquid fertiliser. It'd take me a while to get my head used to that. I'll also fill up with liquid fertiliser then whilst I'm here. Change that to sugarcane. Fill up our liquid fertiliser tank. I mean, we don't use too much liquid fertiliser, actually. It's pretty economical, these planters, when it comes to their liquid consumption. Might even think, now we've got this space over here with there's not a lot in it, I might think about whacking in some more of them Stevie classic vehicle sheds, you know. Again, once we buy some more machines, because obviously people keeping track and keeping their eye on the clock on the top of the screen, it is Monday the 21st of October, which means tomorrow we will have the Class DLC. That's right, kids. Class DLC tomorrow. So we could have all new vehicles to play with. This thing's going to run out of seed just as fast as the other machine. If not possibly faster. Louise, I can see why people don't do a lot of sugarcane in their Let's Plays and stuff. Why people have given it a bit of a miss lately. Oh, does it? I suppose it's a bit like the bit like the cotton. Not a lot of people like to do the cotton harvesting. But, you know, we shall see. We've run out again. The alternative, of course, is for me to bring the old seed tender down, load that up with, you know, 32, the Peterbilt seed, load that up with like 32,000 litres of seed and bring him down. Because he'll refill this thing a couple of times. Or, I can see why people go for the option of, also, when they're doing things like sugarcane and poplar planting and stuff, why they actually maybe hire a worker and then just go in the menu and choose the option to buy the seed to keep them running. And just take the hit on the seed whilst they're planting those crops. Not something I've ever done, but certainly save a lot of the back and forth type stuff, wouldn't it? I might do is quickly is maybe hire a worker just so I can get that guy over there restarted again, possibly. While we're throwing down these two crops. Only down to 67%, look. Used a third of our seed just finishing off that strip. The one good thing though is once I've planted this, I get 3 harvests out of this crop before I need to worry about reseeding this field. So there is that option as well to consider. Damn it, it ran out. Oh, the joys of the sugarcane planting. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get this field done and I'm going to bring you back once we're done, because you're going to get bored of me having to keep running backwards and forwards filling up with seed every 5 minutes. Okay, I've got the sugarcane planted. We're now ready to start on field 22. And of course, I'm going to be using some assistance, some course play EC peoples. So this guy's going to go off and seed the row on the right of the track. I've then got this guy here who is going to go up and down and do the middle track. Just as soon as the other guys got far enough ahead of me. And then I'm going to drive the other Fenton and I'm going to do the left track. Even though I've got a wider seeder, I'm going to do the left track. And then if there's any bits left over at the end, we might possibly jump in the Tri-6 to fill those bits in. If these guys miss any bits, basically is what I'm saying. This guy's going to drive up the middle row. Originally I was going to do the middle row with my wider seeder and let these two guys do the the outside edge, the edges. Then I kind of realised that me having the wider seeder, I'm probably better off anyway. I used him to generate the course, not that I actually need any assistance. However, what I might do is I might employ a bit of the old sneaky course play stuff. How wide is this seeder again? Never remember. Doesn't matter if it's a little bit, if I set the width a little bit smaller. 22.5. And what we'll do We're all planting the. We are all planting the same crop. That's always a good thing to check. Of course, that we are all planting the same crop. Those guys are going to crash into each other. This is the only bit I haven't quite deduced why Courseplay keeps doing this. He's going to go down there next. He's going to go straight down there. I think the most important thing, keep these guys separated, is not to allow them to get too face to face. I think it's just because this first row is there. These first two rows are very close together. I think that's always the issue. When you look at the other rows, they're spaced out much better. Much better. So we run over here, hop into this guy. And I get to the joy and the privilege then of following that guy over there. I'm going to drop down a little bit earlier than what that guy does. Why hasn't that track worked out right? Am I in the wrong place? Necessarily, I just think I'm the odd spanner in the works sort of thing. I'm the guy that's supposed to go around filling in all the gaps. Anyway. I mean, we'll get the field seeded. Some people say, well, it's not very efficient if you're going over the same ground you've already done. Yeah, I can see your argument for that. Fact is, they do a fair bit of overlapping anyway, don't they? You look at that. not doing such a bad job. The guy in the middle, if that's, maybe I'd have been better off starting this guy on the middle track. I don't know if I'm faster than those or not. I might be. This seeder might be faster than those planters. Just going to stop for a second. This guy carry on. Tempted to grab the proto. With the proto, I run round and do the headland. Because I know, generally speaking, they will mess up. They will leave gaps on the corners. Plus, I can leave them just doing the up and down rows then, can't I? let's see if we can't get this guy to do something a bit useful. You're going to be on the left lane. Basically 4 tractors in motion on one field at this point. 4 tractors in motion doing corn planting. Lot of fine corn production. One of my Tri-6 is a little bit chromy. Wow, and the top goes a funny colour as well at times. So we're doing 2 fields of corn. That's going to be a lot of obviously corn harvesting in the summer. I don't know whether to maybe do some whilst it's growing. I don't know whether to chaff some of it or whether leave it all as corn. Because if I chaff some of it, then obviously we've got a way of making quite a bit of silage. I'm just wondering if 2 tractors have collided. No, I thought they may have collided, but they didn't. They passed each other. What horse is he on? Because he's like really... really overlapping. He's on centre. He's on right. Something's gone wrong. Because he's missing little strips. He's missing tiny little bits. I've got a feeling it works much better if you do it with, if you do the course play with 3 identical tools. I think using that 22.5 metre seeder, even though it's set at like 16 metres working width, it doesn't work quite right. But not to worry, the first guy that finishes, he can have the joy of driving up and down doing those little strips. Arnie. They're also not identical tractors. That probably plays into the offset depending on where the machine deems the centre line to be. It's probably more important to actually use the same vehicle than the same tool. If I'd used 3 1050s as opposed to 2 939s and a 1050, because the 1050 is going to be bigger. Its centre point for when it's doing, because I created the course with the 1050, course plate assumes that all the vehicles are going to be the same. And unfortunately the 939s are a little bit smaller. Or we could just leave the field. We could just leave them little strips, you know? Does look awful though. I'm not gonna lie. Looks a mess. Anywho, I've kind of reached the end of today's recording at this point. So I'm going to carry on, get this field completed in a sensible fashion, and when we come back tomorrow it'll be day 4 of spring. We should only have 2 more fields left to plant at that point, and then we'll be able to get some fertiliser spraying done the final couple of days, which may see me get a Rubicon to assist on some of these larger fields. Get this back to the farm now. So thank you for watching today's episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. I look forward to seeing you again in the next episode of the series. So for now, from me, it's goodbye.